welcome back to the True Health Discussion. We have Megan with us today, and I'm so excited. She's back again, and we're going to get into the holidays and how to tackle them with confidence. I am your speaker, Krystal, an integrative nutrition health coach, a mom, and a guide to help women reclaim their confidence, feel good in their skin again, and to light up a path to sustainable health and get those results that last. Because Megan and I are going to get into some sneak peeks of what our upcoming masterclass is all about, empowering women to celebrate the holidays in a way that's going to feel good without that sabotage and that guilt going into it, right? A lot of times we could get off track and gain weight and just be in that yo-yo effect, especially around the holidays. So Megan, how are you feeling tonight? I'm so excited for you to be here. Thank you for having this discussion.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited. I'm ready for the holidays. I'm feeling good.
Yes. So when you first started your journey, how did you feel about the idea of going into the holidays, like while trying to stay consistent with your health and your overall goals?
I hated the holidays. Like, I
In the
absolutely,
past. Yeah.
yeah, I dreaded the holidays. There's a lot of stress, right? Like it's happy because you get the movies, you get all the activities with the kids, but there's a ton of stress. There's so much about them that you can't control, right? Like sometimes you can't control what you're going to eat, right? Or what's going to be
Yeah.
in those foods because you're going to somebody else's house. You get the stress of family. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. And there's just a lot. There's a lot going into it. And at the end of the day, how you're gonna feel. And how you're gonna feel is heavy, right? You're gonna feel like, oh my God, I stuffed myself. So I didn't look forward to any of that.
Yes. Like you said, you just don't know what people are going to cook or what they're going to bring unless you're the one in control, right? If you're the cook, if you're going to make the food, but then of course you want to have things that people are going to be familiar with as well.
Yeah.
So how do you think that balance is going to be this year for you going into this journey? You started with the True Health journey back in May, right? It was May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. May. Yeah. It's like crazy. What is this? Like 5 months, 6 months? We're going into like our 6th month. That's fantastic.
That's it.
Yeah, this year is going to be a lot different because I think mentally I just have a better mindset. And I know to go in with a game plan. I
Mhm.
feel like so many people, they think around the holidays, like it's like, oh my God, like all or nothing. And it's like whatever you've been doing, it's just going to erase everything. But one thing I've learned that with like really nourishing your body is one quote unquote bad day isn't going to ruin your progress. And instead of thinking of it as a cheat day or a cheat meal, like it's just don't track. Just don't think about it. And as long as you stay on track, like that whole week and even like the morning of, like do whatever you can, then the rest of the day is like easy.
100%. We have to shift our mindset, right? Instead of the all or nothing trap that women fall into, really redefining what success is, right? Focusing on progress over perfection and just being
Mhm.
present and knowing, like you said, get back at it the next day. It doesn't have to be this self-sabotage of just, oh, I'm going to gain the weight anyway, or this isn't going to work, or
Yeah.
that spiral that a lot of us
Mhm.
we're all familiar with. We've all been there before, but it really truly is so empowering and exciting when you
Mhm.
are in a place where you've figured it out, right? Like you know how to nourish yourself and overcome those moments in a way that's just part of your everyday lifestyle. Like it's not a big deal anymore. Like you're not scared or nervous going into those special times or occasions. So
Exactly.
yeah, and I love that we're able to do this together and the community that we have of women. We're also during the masterclass going to hear from Kimmy, who's another um, uh, client in the community at the moment, and her story is really awesome too. So I just love all the different walks of life and all the different ways that we come together to talk about these things, but really help each other overcome them. And again, come from a place of positive talk and the self-love, right? Which I know we love to talk about and get into. No, it's not the exciting part for people to hear, but it really does come down to that. you know?
It does. It does. It matters what we're filling our mind with, whether how we're talking to ourselves or what kind of content we're engaging in.
That is a very powerful shift to have because once you start to change your mindset, your entire relationship with food, movement, and your body starts that transformation and it becomes addicting. You're going to want to continue that growth. So, how has that been for you, just seeing yourself from where you started until now?
I trust myself a lot more around food and my time management, scheduling out my day, prioritizing my needs, and listening to my body. And I think that all of those things combined are new for me. And I think that that's a little slice of the success along the way.
I love that. And you know what? I want to get into something right now. We got to talk about these recipes lately, like between you and the other girls and, all these incredible recipes that we're finding out there, right? There's so
Oh my
many
God.
resources. But creating these meal plans lately have been so much fun and so delicious. Like to the point
Oh my God.
it's just, it feels good to indulge, but in a way that you're nourishing your body. So let's talk about some of these we have, and maybe I could even pop the photos of them as we talk about this. But the one on my mind is that chocolate truffle.
Oh.
So good.
It's heavenly. And like the best part about it is it tastes sinful.
Yeah.
It tastes like it should be so bad for you. And there's no guilt. There's no guilt. Like, I think two truffles, which are huge, by the way, they are so huge, are 150 calories.
Yeah.
Like, it's so
So
filling.
it fits right into the plan that you have. And yeah, like you enjoy the food without the guilt. It's just
Yeah.
part of, again, your everyday lifestyle and your forever diet that nourishes you and doesn't add that negative fuel to the fire, right? We're adding the things
Yeah.
that your body needs to do where you're at in your journey, right? So you
Yeah.
definitely started off with a goal in mind for the weight loss. You hit that goal pretty
Mhm.
consistently, like very,
Mhm.
very fast, I would say. Even though it's a healthy weight loss, it was very consistent, and you did an amazing job. And now transitioning into the recomposition, putting some muscle on the body because we all know
Yeah.
how beneficial that is, right? For internal,
Yeah.
especially for women as we age, osteoporosis, we like a lot of things increase our diseases and chances of getting things, our health issues go up. So I love that you're so dedicated and focused on that part of the transformation in developing more muscle and being strong, but also preserving your future years to be your healthiest. And
Yeah.
so yeah, if you want to talk about that a little bit, how you're
You
feeling
know,
and
yeah, one of the biggest changes in my mindset, I have to say, doing the whole calorie restriction and losing the fat, right, which everybody starts off doing. Not everybody does the second part of recompositioning their body. And I
Mhm.
think the biggest like mindset change for me is I've gone from thinking like, okay, I've got to like limit my body and restrict my body in order to lose weight to, oh, I'm nourishing my body and I'm losing weight because I'm eating the correct proper foods. And then now transitioning into the recomposition, I always think to myself, I'm like, everything I'm eating is feeding my muscles. So that is literally how I keep thinking because like there'll be some days where it'll get really busy and I'm like, I always think to myself, if you cheat your workout, you're cheating yourself. So if I cheat my workout, I cheat myself. If I starve myself, I'm cheating myself. So it's like my muscles need food. My body needs nourishment. And when you change that whole mindset, the game changes.
so we're doing the swaps, right? Like instead of grabbing, the easy choice or the convenient choice that's loaded with artificial ingredients or, things in it that's not going to nourish your body, that's again going to add fuel to that fire, that the negative aspect that happens to so many people out there still with the veil down. But when we look
Yeah.
at real food and some swaps or habits that help you stay grounded, help you
Mhm.
enjoy, like without the guilt, like you're able to indulge. You're able to have those moments where you feel full, whole, and nourished, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be restrictive. It doesn't have to be boring. It
No.
doesn't have to be, I can't have that, or I have to stay away from this. Like it's a whole experience of real food. Like let's just eat real
Yeah.
food
And
and
you know,
anything.
when you take the processed foods out of it, like that is one thing I've learned firsthand. When you step away, and you can do it slowly, you don't have to do it all at once because that's overwhelming. But when you take a step back from all the processed foods and get in your kitchen and really just cook those whole food meals, your body instantly gets its energy back. Your sleep gets better. The joint pain goes away, the inflammation goes down, like everything that we read about truly does happen. There is a reason why people consistently promote this. And I know that it's like easy to just grab a package, but you can still grab packages and still, there are still companies out there um, that have cleaner ingredients than the other ones. So there is still like you can give a little, take a little there. But most of those brands that we grew up on, it is chemical city and it is just not doing anything good for us. Like, I don't know if you realized it, but I've taken note and I've, in the very beginning, I couldn't tell. I said, is it because we're getting older? But so many people are complaining of like autoimmune diseases nowadays and just all these things happening. And
Yeah.
at first I thought, okay, like it's because we're getting older. But then I'm like, I'm still in my 30s. Like there should not be this amount of people that are getting the cancers, that are getting the
Yeah.
autoimmune diseases, that are getting all these things. And when you really look down to it, the baseline comes down to the food we eat. And a lot of that people don't realize, it can stem from the baseline of simple as the pesticides that are being sprayed on our foods, right?
Yeah.
So,
There's so many levels to it for sure.
yeah, you can only control so much, but that's what like you have to be able to control like what we're putting in our body. I can't control how many pesticides were sprayed. Maybe I can go to Washington one day and help protest, but aside from that, like I can't really control much of that, right? But I can control how many packages and how much processed food is going in and out of my household. I can control how often I'm in the kitchen. I can control like my portion sizes. So control what you can, let go of what you can't. But there is so much that people don't understand that a little bit goes a long way.
You literally just nailed it on the head. You know, I love that word control, and that is what the topic in this masterclass is going to be, right? This upcoming masterclass, November 8th. It's a Saturday. We're going to do it on a Saturday morning.
That's
It's going to
Saturday for
be,
the ladies.
yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a good time. More people are going to be able to tune in, hopefully, and just have their me time. Like this is like obviously it's free, but it's a way for you to prioritize your health and to kickstart the mindset that you need for success. But
Mhm,
100% what you just said, control and confidence, right?
mhm. Yeah.
Control and confidence, especially going into the holidays. Come on, like that is one of the biggest times of sabotage, weight gain, and just going off the course completely. So we want to just show you that that does not have to be your reality.
Mhm.
There is a way to find sustainable choices that work for you. So totally custom to who
Yeah.
you are. It's going to look different for every single person, right? It's not cookie cutter. There is your healthy convenience out there, that lifestyle that's going to feel good and naturally increase as you practice it and as you put
Mhm.
yourself in an environment to thrive and to do those things, right? There's a
Yeah.
saying, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're always going to get the same result. And thinking that you're going to get a different result is insanity, right? So we have to
Yeah.
remove ourselves and put ourselves into a different environment. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Another mindset change too, I think that most people don't realize is they think that when you get healthy, you have to give up. Like the flavors that you love the most. And the thing about that is you can still have cravings, but you can have it in healthier options. And that's what a lot of like our meal plans do. Like it's like, okay, I have a craving for tacos. I have a craving for desserts. I have a craving for salt. Like I have a craving for this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, okay, the craving, that's good. We can still satisfy that and still be providing your body with whole food nourishment to get there.
I've said this before too. In almost all of my clients, I've seen that aha moment where once you start eating the foods without the processed ingredients and artificial ingredients, you don't have that reaction anymore. Like you don't want those foods that, cause those things to happen, right? It's like that switch that goes off. And yeah, for sure. It's definitely an aha moment. And I know you've had that multiple
Yeah.
times throughout this.
Yeah, yeah. And I was waiting kind of because in the initial phase of all this, my thing was like sugar. So I
Mhm.
knew it was like, oh, I'm detoxing off the sugar, but I consciously already knew about that.
Yeah.
But really with the processed foods, I was having the dreams and I was just walking through the grocery store and I was like, oh my God, like half the stuff I would barely eat anyways, but it was like I wanted it. Like my body was going through this withdrawal. Now I just don't. And so now it took me a while because now we've been doing this for like 6 months. And I think I hit this like either last month or the month before. So it took me more than 3 months. And I was like, wow, like I was waiting for it and I knew I was slowly getting there, but I was still like thinking about the processed foods. And now I'm just like, I don't want it. Like I still want the taste of good things. Like I still like who doesn't love a good like cinnamon roll or like who doesn't love like a pumpkin coffee, like pumpkin spice latte? Like of course, but it's like you don't have to have all the chemicals to get those flavors. And that's what a lot of people are just missing out on.
Yeah. Yeah. Keeping it simple, keeping it quality, real food. There's no restriction in that, right? Like
Yeah.
your options are just infinite. Whereas,
Yeah.
if we look at it as a diet, so I want to ask you that, like, how do you combat what others say? Like if they're like, oh, Megan has to eat a certain way, or, if people try and push certain things, like that stigma around what you're doing, right?
No, I've been very I've vocalized a lot of how much I'm eating because I'm proud of myself and I'm like, "Hey, guess what? Like I'm losing weight and I'm eating all this food and I'm eating all this great food and I will post in my stories about like the recipes and the food that I'm making because I'll be like, "Oh my God, this was freaking incredible. Like, wow, like I want to share it with everybody." Nobody so much has come directly to me and like been negative like that, but they get negative about themselves where I'll like share like at my on my teams meetings, like with my coworkers, I'll share my breakfast. I'll be like, oh my God, guys, like, oh, I just made this and it's so good. And you get a couple of people that might be like, oh, I can't eat that. Oh, that's not on my meal plan and I can't. And I'm like, but it should be because I'm
Yep.
like, it's the whole goal is like you're losing weight. We all have the same goal. And there are certainly different avenues to get there. But it's like if you don't have to restrict yourself and you can still get to that goal, then why would you restrict yourself? Like instead, turn it around, flip the script, and nourish your body and
Yeah.
instead of like ruling out all the carbs or saying I can only eat only meat or do this, that, and the other thing. It's like, that's great. Like if that gets a chunk of your weight down, good for you, if that's what works for you. But it's like at the end of the day, when that program's done, you are
Yeah.
going to be salivating for the things that you've missed out on. And then you're kind of left at square one because you're like, I don't know how to eat this now because I haven't eaten it in a year. So,
That's where the sabotage, that cycle just continues, right? It's like
yeah.
that's what we want to break. That's what we want to
Mhm.
get off of. Get off
Yeah.
the diet cycle, the sabotage cycle, it's not going to serve you in any way. It's just going to continue to waste your time, your money, and add frustration. And again, the time aspect, your time is your greatest asset. So if you aren't healthy and enjoying your life and are wasting the time just getting more and more unhealthy or more overweight, you're just adding fuel to that fire. So I think you mentioned it before, don't cheat your health. Don't try and look for the shortcut that's just going to keep putting you in that basket. Like
Right.
let's
Put in the time.
yeah.
It's not going to take nearly as long as you think. There are every single woman that has come through your program within the first week, within the first 2 weeks, they're like, oh my God, the first week is instantly, I have all this energy. I'm sleeping better. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And then you get into like the second week and it's like, oh my God, like I've already lost 5 pounds. Like I've already done this. I've already done that. Like I'm more mobile. I can do all these different things. And it's like,
It's the
yeah,
best. It's so
yeah,
incredible
yeah.
to
You got to
see. Yeah.
invest in your health.
Yeah. Second testimonial that we will have during the masterclass, she just experienced something recently where she was in a situation where she just could not make a healthy choice, right? She just knew going into it. We talk a lot about mentally preparing to prepare, just
Yes.
thinking like, where am I going to be? What am I going to have access to? What am I going to be able to eat or bring, even like plan
Yep.
ahead, even to set yourself up for success. But it's inevitable, right? It's life. We're going to have moments where we're going to eat whatever is in front of us or whatever we can. So she had one of those moments and she enjoyed it. She didn't have that negative talk and give herself
Yep.
all this guilt and all or nothing mindset. No, she stuck with it. And she also experienced terrible symptoms, which, being away from the greasy foods and the fried foods and the foods with those artificial ingredients, your body does make an adjustment. So then having it, it's like, oh my God, it's like a shock where you're just like, what is going on? So that's an
Good.
aha moment.
Yeah.
But then, she gained a couple pounds, and surprisingly, it took literally a day or two for her to immediately lose the weight that she gained, because she just went right back to her plan the next day. Like
Yep.
it didn't even phase her. Like, okay, that was then, this is now. Like it was a new day.
Just one bad
She
day.
went right back to the plan, and boom,
Yep.
she was right back to where she was. Actually, she lost
Yeah.
more weight. So not only did she lose the weight that she gained over the weekend, she lost
Yeah.
an additional pound on top of that. Right? It's like in those little moments you get discouraged or nervous of what your body's going to do. But again, if you have a strong foundation, if you have the mindset for success around sustainability and how to apply that to you and your life, that foundation doesn't go anywhere. That stays with you forever, right? So it's like, again, these little actions here and there, things happen, but up here never goes away. Like
No.
it's so
And
cool.
that's where the confidence comes because
Yeah,
you can't be shaken. You can't be rattled. You're like, I've
yeah.
got that is where it
Yeah,
comes
it
from.
doesn't matter what happens, because up here what it takes to be
Hmm.
healthy, and that sustainability. Sustainability does not look perfect. It does not look like, oh, I always eat what I'm supposed to and I never have, no, like you're gonna
Yeah.
have fluctuations. You're gonna have those moments where you're on vacation or a holiday or whatever it may be, a birthday party or a situation, where again, you can't make the best choices. When you get knocked down, it's how you get up, right? It's how you get back up. Like that
Yep.
is what's going to set you apart from that sabotage versus success. That
And
long.
as long as you're consistently making those healthy, sustainable choices around your vacation, around that weekend, yeah, you're not going to even be fazed by it. It's going to be like, okay, like this 1 week of my life, like I'm going on vacation, like I'll make healthy choices if it's available, but I'll do my best. Like just do your best. We're all just trying to do our best, and same thing with the holidays and whatnot. They're coming, like we can't avoid them. I always look at like Thanksgiving is the least one to get worried about because Thanksgiving, everything's so vegetable based. It's like,
That's true. And
yeah,
protein, right?
so
You have
like
your turkey. Yeah.
yeah, so it's a more healthier and that's kind of more about like portion controls, right? And just like controlling yourself around that day. But then when you get into like Christmas, you do have a lot of like the sugary stuff, but you also have a lot
Mhm.
of like outings, and then you have these people coming over and these friends doing this, that. Like for me, like I'm Italian, so my entire December is Christmas. Every single weekend I'm hosting somebody, and that's wonderful, but it's like,
Parties. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
lot going on. Yeah.
But as long as I have a plan and I know, like, if I'm hosting, then I can still cook like my healthier options and, whatever. But even if I didn't, like, as long as I'm staying consistent, like
Yeah.
Sunday through Friday, that Saturday, it's not going to kill me. Even if you did that every Saturday for the month, as long as you're consistent all those other times, then a little bit of that, yeah, okay, it might set you back like a little bit, but then you're going to go 7 steps forward and it's not going to be bad in the end.
Yeah. And that's where that small percentage comes in of living life, just
Yeah.
enjoying what's in
Yeah,
front
you
of
have to
you.
enjoy it.
Yeah. And that's the beauty though. You can. There
Yep.
that's part of it. So yeah, like when we talk about those small consistent actions that we build towards
Mhm.
sustainable results, that includes those moments. I mean, if you want to say 80-20, whatever you want to call it, but it's going to look
Yeah.
different for each person. For someone, it might be Saturdays. That's their thing where they can really
Yeah.
enjoy themselves. Someone else, it might be having a
Okay.
glass of wine however many times a week. Like
Yeah.
it could look like the way it's supposed to for you, and you could find that balance where you get the
Mhm.
dream that you want,
Yeah.
right? Dream come true. It's
Mhm.
possible while enjoying life. Like the again, it
Mhm.
doesn't have to be boring, doesn't have to be restrictive. Is there a certain strategy and science behind what your body's capable of and what we need it to do? Of course,
Yeah.
right? We got to look at those, but you're not going to be in those stages forever. Like
Right.
the initial fat
Mhm.
loss stage and then building muscle stage. Like you want to get to maintenance eventually, and
Yeah.
it's just going to become second nature, like exactly
Yeah, you're just gonna
part of who,
coast.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's exciting. It's very exciting, especially to see your journey unfold and how that's been working for you. And I couldn't be more proud of the dedication you have in this because, again, it helps inspire others and women that are in the community that see that. So, how's that been for you? How would you say you feel each and every day or each week that we have group calls and just around the other women?
It's very uplifting. It helps me stay the course. It makes me feel less alone. It makes me feel inspired and encouraged and to just keep on moving. Because at the end of the day, like, you're gonna do what you want to do, right? To make yourself feel happy, to make yourself feel healthy. And not everybody in your life is going to be doing that, but they are always going to watch you. You may not get those pats on the back. You may not get the, oh my gosh, you look amazing, but they're watching you. And as long as you've got fans, you're doing something right.
True. Yes. 100 and haters, right? Both. You got
Oh, and
haters.
haters. Oh, yeah. Never
That's a
sure
big
on
sign
that.
too, having those haters. It's part of the process. Yeah, we talked about that a few times.
Yeah, oh, you do
Some
find those. Yep.
situations. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's usually a reflection of themselves. So
Oh, yeah.
just gotta
Yeah. A lot of
focus
people
on
are
you,
just mad
right?
about the choices they make. And look, I mean, it takes dedication, it takes discipline to just prioritize yourself. A lot of people, it's just easier to focus on everybody else around you and let yourself fall to the wayside. But at the end of the day, that is not going to do you any favors.
Yeah, no, for sure. You got to focus on yourself and hopefully, and that's one thing that I love about this journey too, is when you take a look within, right, and work on you and build that self-love and that self-respect to make these decisions and go on a path of sustainable health, you're able to spread that goodness to the ones you love and the people around you. And again, hopefully inspire others to say, hey, if she could do it, I could do it too, and they do, they see that light at the end of the tunnel to break through the pain and the
Yeah.
suffering and,
Right.
the yo-yo effect that so many people fall into that trap. So
Mhm.
I admire your journey and where you're at and what you're doing. And I'm just excited to see where you continue to go with everything, your physical, mental, spiritual. Like it's a mind, body, and soul experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
Mhm.
not everyone realizes that part too, right? You just think of what you put in your body and how you move your body. But it is a bigger picture. It's the holistic picture.
It is a big, yeah, like the gym sessions, like that becomes your therapy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a big form of self-care. So speaking of that, I know we talked a lot about food, but I want to touch on movement too and how that complements this whole journey. But I would say 80 to 90% is what you put in your body, because there's a lot of women out there that'll bust their butt in the gym, work
Yeah.
out 4 or 5 times a week, days a week, and they aren't seeing the results they want. It's like,
Oh, that was me at the beginning of this.
yeah,
Yeah, that was it. And that's what I said to you like the first time we ever had a call. I was like, this is nutrition. I was like, this
it
has to
drives
be.
it. It's driving everything, right?
Mhm.
The exercise component, you're a freaking rock star with that too. So what would you say about that for anyone who's watching? As
It just grounds me. That's how I get my peace. It's like I like to wake up early in the morning and, the first thing I do is, the alarm set. So I wake up to the alarm, I lay in bed and I scroll positive content. So I start my day every single day with like positive messages. I watch other women working out. Like that's what gets me out of bed because I'm
yeah,
like, oh, I could find a workout where I'm like, oh, you know what? I never even thought to do it like that way. So I'll be like, oh, this is great. This is my leg day. Like, let me add these into my cycle or, my upper body, or I just see something that I do consistently and I'm oh yeah, that's a good routine, and then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start my day. I'm ready to go down there and do it. It becomes the equivalent of what a hot cup of coffee does for you in the morning. Like it soothes you, it inspires you, it helps get your body going, it helps get your mind going. And then when you're down there in the gym or you drive to the gym. Some people that drive to the gym, you get your commute time to listen to your favorite music or whatever. Or like for me, like just by the time I get down there, it's just your sanctuary. It's quiet, nobody's up, or people do it at the end of the day, right? It's at least an hour to just yourself, your thoughts, your body, you're connected to your soul. And I
yeah,
think that self-connection is so important in all of this because we talk about listening to your body and how can you listen to your body if you're not connected to your body? And it doesn't have to be like crazy workouts. Like you could just go for like a walk, and that's getting connected to nature, getting connected to your breath work. Like
yeah.
all of it just connects. So you start small and your body and your mindset will reward you in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you said start small, because you did. You it's not like you jumped right into this like, full plans around nutrition and exercise. You listened to yourself. You showed up and met yourself where you were at little by little and made those gradual adjustments. Together, of course, we came up
Yeah.
with the best plan for you. And I love that you gave yourself patience. And again, the consistency is on fire, because it's something that you had a really great approach coming into this, and already had that mindset that was aligned to what you wanted and the sustainable part, even though you came from a place, like you said, that you were missing the bigger picture. You were working out a ton and or not eating enough, or thinking like that's the way that it's supposed to be, like that's how I'm going to lose the weight or be healthy.
Mhm.
So now that you've seen the full picture and what it takes to actually nourish yourself, you've already seen the physical changes. Or what shifted the most for you mentally and emotionally?
Just my mindset, I think, is the biggest shift. Going from I need to restrict myself in all ways, right? Or I need to put the pressure on myself for these workouts. I need to restrict my diet in order to do this. I need to put stress on myself every single day. And if I don't, I'm a failure. Changing that mindset to I'm going to nourish my body. I'm going to wake up in the morning and have me time and just listen to the quietness of my gym or listen to my favorite song on repeat for like however many times as I want because it's a good jam. Like to just enjoying that and knowing like, hey, if there's a day that the plans go off track or whatever, just say it's okay. Give myself that grace and just say like I'm doing the best I can and I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's a whole different mindset from what I thought it used to be, which was honestly a little negative, right? Putting all that pressure on yourself, that's not positive. To then just flourishing and enjoying the journey and enjoying life and enjoying myself a little bit more.
I love that. Yeah. So what would you say confidence looks like for you compared to where you started? So your confidence now compared to where you were before this journey.
You know, the confidence now, I was always a confident person, I guess, depending on whatever it was. But I think my confidence now is more stronger in the sense that I'm grounded and I know how to start my day grounded. If I have a good routine, like starting that day, then the rest of the day is going to be a good one. No matter what happens, you can't control how the day is going to go, but I'm still going to go to bed at the end of the day and think to myself, like, I did good. Like today was a great day. It might not have been a great day all day, every day, but the right mindset helps you pivot to like life's challenges in all aspects. And that's the confidence that comes with that. And confidence for me also, it just involves a lot of structure. It involves a lot of planning. Like if I have a plan going into the week, going into the day, going into the holidays, and okay, like the understanding of, okay, like it might not go perfect. Just say that's okay. Like I can't control what I can't control. And having that confidence to just say, I'm gonna make it through though. I'm not gonna derail my entire life because I ate out. Like, and that's where it's just a lot stronger when you change your mindset. Just when you shift your mindset.
Yeah. I love that you said that too, because the adversities are how we become stronger, right? Like we
Yeah.
need them in order to get to where we're supposed to be. That
Yeah.
transformation, like it wouldn't be as rewarding or as powerful without it. So
Yeah.
I say embrace those moments. Yeah. It's
Yeah. And I think too, like you trust yourself more. And the more you trust yourself, the
yeah,
more you're confident that, again, no matter how many times I fall, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to do amazing things moving forward. And
for
it's
sure.
about setting boundaries too, right? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of confidence once you set those boundaries, whether you're setting boundaries with other people or you're setting boundaries within yourself and you're just acknowledging like, hey, you know what? I need a minute. Like I need some self-care. Like I need to prioritize my mental health right now. Like go do it. And then you come back stronger. And then the more you keep doing that, the more you're like, I got this.
Yeah. Women, whoever's listening to this, you're not broken, right? If you find yourself in these situations of being unhealthy, overweight, with health issues, there's red flags that are happening in your life, and you're just looking at yourself like, how did I get here? It's not your fault, honestly. It's the system around you and the messages that are trying to sell you, right? Like trying to get you to go on that next diet or tap into that next, quick fix or magic pill. It's like how society has presented it and designed it for failure. At the end of the day, that's really what it is. So I want you to know that, us talking about these things and how amazing it is and sustainable health and all these wonderful things that you could experience, you just really just have to look from within and ask yourself, what do you want? Right? Like if you want that sustainability for you, the answer is in you. Like it's there.
Yeah.
You just need the
Yeah.
right environment and then
Yeah.
intention, right? Like where are you coming from? The way you talk to yourself.
Part of it too is when you feel broken inside and you're looking around at your life and you're literally saying, like, how did I get here? Chances are there's a lot going on in your life that is a little bit not what you thought it was going to be like. And I think that that truly is just part of the journey as we're going through life. Because none of us come out perfect. We don't know how life is supposed to go, and everybody's life goes in entirely different directions.
Yeah.
We never end up on the path that we thought we would end up on. Like there's
Yeah.
always a wrench thrown in somewhere. But I think too, like it can be overwhelming, and that's why those quick fixes are so appealing, because it's like, oh, like this magic pill could like cure so many things in my life. But it's kind of like if you have a messy house, like you just walk into these rooms and you're like, I don't know where to start. So you start in one room, you start in one corner, and that is how you slowly do it.
Yeah.
So if somebody's sitting there being like, my eating habits are poor, I'm upset with the way my body looks, I can't sleep, I have hormonal issues, I'm inflamed, I'm stressed, and I'm screaming at my family every single night. It's like, if you just start small, right? And you say, okay, maybe I'll just do some healthy swaps and see if my energy comes back. It is feeding not only like your internal, right? Like your body in general, but it actually does feed your mind, because then you're doing something better for yourself and you feel good about doing it. And then you can like slowly just dig in a little bit deeper to that. And then you can slowly move on to like, hey, like maybe I'm going to start getting my fitness together, and maybe I'm going to start going for a walk. Maybe I'll just do once a week. And then you're going to maybe say, maybe I could do a run. Like maybe I can do that twice a week. And you
Mhm.
start to slowly add habits that become a routine. And then from there, again, your mental status and your mental health, it's going to continue to improve. And then you can sit there and say, okay, maybe I want to do therapy or whatever. Like, it all just baby steps. And then all the pieces, they're so in sync with each other. Like people just don't even realize. It's like,
The ripple
you,
effect.
yeah,
Everything's
it's
and
such a
we
ripple
call it
effect.
interconnectedness. Everything's connected, right? So when one
Yeah.
thing's off balance, it's going to create another ripple effect of being off balance. And when we plug in those pieces and get on a good ripple effect, it's you experience the opposite, the good stuff that happens and
Yeah. It's
continues.
all,
Like, yeah. Yeah, but for sure, but I love everything you just said. It's just proof that small, consistent actions are what build sustainable results, not big temporary efforts, right? That we think
yeah.
all these, other things that are trying to sell us into this idea or this end result when really it's just temporary. So we want
Yeah.
again, to ditch the restart Monday mentality,
Yeah.
especially going into the holidays. A lot of women are
Yeah.
going to think to themselves, "Oh, I'll get healthy after the holidays," or "Oh, I'll go on a diet after the holidays." When really, this is the most exciting part
Yeah.
for us because we're
Mhm.
like, "Oh my God, we love food. We're eating whole, real, nutritious meals, and this part of the year is just like any other time." We
Yeah, we don't have the guilt. There's finally no guilt. Like I'm like,
yeah,
oh my God, I can enjoy chocolate, I can enjoy pumpkin, I can
incredible.
enjoy
Yeah.
all these things, and there's no guilt. So it's like you're just delaying yourself that self-gratification in the
Yes.
end.
Yes. Like to get to a place where this is just your everyday life. And I can relate so much to this, especially when I competed for Miss Florida USA. That was random. Like literally another friend of mine that I know like was doing it and she inspired me and I just said, all right, I'm gonna do it too. And it was the best feeling knowing I was already ready. Like my
Yeah,
physical health, starting from within, like internally, like I knew I was nourishing myself. I knew I had great, healthy habits. I wasn't, unfortunately, like other women might do, starve themselves or go on these crazy, dangerous diets.
yeah,
All that stuff. But no, that part was checked off. Like I got it. I know
one less
I'm already
thing.
there. I've already done the work, the hard work to get to such a healthy place overall,
Yeah,
just mind, body, soul.
yeah.
I know how that feels like to have a goal or like an external motivator of competing or doing something like that, but also just the internal motivators of wanting a quality of life for not only yourself but your kids and eventually your
Mhm.
grandkids and the future and preserving those years. People are living to 90 and plus, right? But they're suffering those last 20, 30, 40 years of their lives. So
Yeah.
be the person that's suffering at the end of their life, or do you want to preserve it now? And there's never a wrong time to do it. I don't care if you're 20 or 90. Like your
Yeah.
body knows how to heal. Of course, different processes for different times, but there's different parameters that you have to take a look at. But overall, your body was designed in healing and knowing what to do. Like you got to remove the bad and add in the good, fix that inflammation and those bad things that are occurring and get on that good ripple effect, and you're going to see the magic happen. I have probably the last question for you here. What would you say to a woman listening who feels like she can't trust herself around food or is afraid to start again before the holidays? Um,
Well, if you feel that you can't trust yourself around food, I would say that feeling is temporary and that you're stronger than you know. And if you start with baby steps, you'd be surprised where it's going to take you. So I would say start small. And if you're just going to delay it until after the holidays, like, you know, everything in life like has its timing, right? Timing is everything. And when you're ready, you'll do it. But I think there's no time like the present. Like get ahead of the holidays so you feel great about yourself going into the holidays, and then you can eat without guilt throughout the holidays. And you come into this next year feeling incredible, and then you can just add on to that momentum. Like when you delay it, it's just you're just doing yourself a disservice in the end.
100%. You got to have trust in yourself and believe in yourself, and you can do it.
Yeah, believe in yourself.
It's just take a look at the environment that you're in. Self-talk that sabotages you and holds you back, like Megan, exactly what you're saying. Just go for it. Do it now. The timing, it's like when people say, "Oh, I'm not ready to have a baby." You're never ready to have a baby. Like you just got to do it. You just got to prioritize your health. And
Mm-hmm. It's scarier. It's scarier when you think about it than when you actually take the leap and jump. Like, I think when I started this process, it, like you said, it was in May. It was before the summer. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God. I was like, I must be the biggest idiot because I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to eat and go out all summer. And no, I had a fantastic summer. I ate more
yeah.
than I've ever eaten in my life, and I lost a lot of weight.
Oh,
So
amazing.
it's just scarier to think about it than to just go do it. And be brave. Like take chances, and the biggest chance you should take is in yourself.
That's that's it right there, right? Just investing in you, prioritizing your health. And there's a question I always like to ask my clients and or my soon to be clients. What would be the cost of your inaction? Like if you weren't to do anything and you continue down the path you're on, what does life look like? Right? It's most likely the answer is going to be pain and suffering or not being able to wear the clothes you love or do the activities you love or see a bright future in enjoying the ones you love. So I
Hmm.
think we have to hone in on our reason why. Like, why do we want to make this change or to get on a healthier path? But understand that health is not what you think. It's not,
Yeah.
again, the restrictiveness or the boring recipes or not being able to enjoy life and the food and the wonderful things that come with health. Because at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. And
Yeah.
it is a beautiful thing when you align all the pieces and finally feel that and know with every bone in your body, there's no turning back. There's no more dieting. There's no more restrictiveness or working out as a chore.
Yeah.
Just all the pressure is released and you could take your time because there's no one telling you how fast to do this or what it should
Right.
look like. You're making
Right.
decisions at the end of the day And having a vessel to get you there faster, better, and an environment that you're going to thrive and unlock all these things is just, it's been the, obviously the most rewarding thing for me in my career to see women do this, and to be part of that is just an absolute blessing. So I'm so happy that we're here, we're doing this, we're having these discussions. And Meagan, your light is such a huge part of this movement and what's been happening in these past couple months, really. Like, it's been very, very exciting. So thank you so much for everything that you give to this and your own journey, but also inspiring other women. So
Happy to be a part of it.
yeah. And I do want to say too, like, this is exactly what true health is. It's freedom, it's confidence, and peace of mind. And that's
Mhm.
what I want every woman listening to this to experience too. So if you're ready to approach this holiday season feeling confident, calm, and completely in control, then I have something special for you. Meagan and I are going to be hosting another masterclass coming up. It's actually called the Holiday Confidence Masterclass, because we're going to get into how to tackle this season. We're going to walk you through how to stay healthy, consistent, without restriction, and how to create balance and enjoyment with your favorite foods, and how to enter January feeling proud and not starting over.
Like starting January proud and not starting over. That's exactly what it should be.
100%. And inside the masterclass, we're gonna go through those same principles that not only helped Meagan, but so many women achieve their goals, their transformation, and how to make it work for you, your family, and your lifestyle. You could register for the free masterclass. It's going to be live November 8th, Saturday morning, and there should be a link below. So just click that link to save your seat. And this season can be different. So Meagan, do you want to share with everyone what they're going to receive, that special bonus gift for attending the masterclass?
Yes. So for every person that signs up for our free masterclass, you will receive a complimentary recipe book. And that has been compiled by both me and you of all of our favorite holiday treats.
Yes, we're not going to leave anything out. It's going to be delicious, nutritious,
Yeah.
truly satisfy those cravings and be in the holiday spirit. So we're so excited to share this with you so you can enjoy those healthy meals without the guilt.
Yeah, of all our favorite treats.
Thank you, Meagan, so much for sharing your heart and your story today. I know every woman listening needed to hear this reminder that transformation is possible even during the busiest, most tempting time of the year. So thank you.
If I can do it, you can do it. It starts with one choice, one mindset shift, and one step towards believing that you deserve this.
Love that. And remember, this season isn't about surviving, it's about thriving. So you can enjoy, celebrate, and still honor your goals, because that's what true health looks like. And if you love this episode, share it to your stories, tag True Health by Krystal, and let's spread this message of empowered, guilt-free living. And we will see you inside the next masterclass.